Good morning. It's Adam here at the Rogue Valley YMCA. This is our normal boot camp class time. Today we're going to have kind of a take it easy every minute on like beginner style movements to build a little bit of strength. If you feel like you've been doing this for a little while and you're a bit more advanced, you can add some weight or add some reps to what we're doing through this workout. But it's kind of, it's up to you. This is going to be, I'm going to be geared towards moving a lot more controlled and thinking about connecting with each specific movement versus, that high intensity movement that we normally do. So we'll jump right into it. We've got 4 movements that we're going to go through. We're going to do 10 reps of each movement, not of each movement, of one movement, and then move on to the next one. Okay, so you don't need any equipment for this workout, but like I said, if you wanted to make it a little bit more difficult, you could grab a dumbbell or 2. All righty. So, got our timer set up. Our first 4 moves are going to be standing hinge. So you keep your back nice and flat. I've got a soft bend in my knees. I'm not squatting, but I'm not locked back either, like hyperextending my knees. So that standing hinge is going to be hips moving back as my back stays flat, reaching down towards your toes about shoulder width apart, and then pull back up to the top. So it's kind of like a straight leg deadlift. And like I said, you can add some weight to this. Stretch back, pull it up. Second movement is a squat row. So let's see, as I'm reaching out, I'm keeping my hands, as I'm squatting down, my hands are reaching out front. As I pull up, as I come to the top of that squat, I'm pulling my elbows together behind my back like I'm doing like a seated row on a rowing machine, right? So reach it out wherever your squat is at, range of motion wise. Pull your elbows together. That's our second move. I'm going to have a chair. You can do this on the floor as well. Our third move, my chair, counter, whatever surface you have is in front of you or the floor. You're going to step right foot back, your right hand goes down, left foot back, left hand goes down, forward, okay? And then switch, left hand down, right foot back, left foot back, back, up, okay? So you're just gonna step back, just finding a good hollow body style plank position, right? Thinking about not letting your hips sag down towards the floor, squeeze your rib cage down towards your hips, okay? And then our last move that we're going to do is a seated knee raise. So I've got a little bit of a backward lean. You can hold on to the side of the chair. You're going to squeeze your knees up towards your chest and then reach your heels down towards the floor. Okay. When we're doing this slow, it's actually going to be pretty difficult to slow that movement down without using momentum. You could do one knee, nice and slow, right? And just do 5 on either side. So I'll start the timer. Yeah, hopefully Brad's watching, Jenny, right? Just building a little strength connecting with these movements. So we're going to go through each of these movements 3 times each every minute. On the minute, you're going to do 10 reps, and I'll cue you along as we go. And remember, you can add some weight if you want, okay? So 5 seconds, starting with that standing hinge. Go ahead, make sure your back is staying nice and flat. Hips move down, reach down towards your toes, and then pull it back upright. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze your glutes forward. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. And then you have the rest of that time to keep moving around. Right? You can find a little bit of a march or a walking in place just to keep your body moving. But so that standing hinge, think about using your glutes to pull yourself back upright to standing, squeezing your hips forward, as well as connecting that belly button to your spine. Second move is coming up. It's that squat row. So this can be just a little bit of a bend in your knees, arms reaching out forward, and then as you come up, pull those knuckles back to your chest, elbows behind your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. If you were holding a weight out in front of you, be careful with your shoulders. Should be a pretty light weight on that movement, but you can definitely do that to make it a little bit harder. Good job. Wherever your squat is at, if you're just doing a little bit of a knee bend and your hips moving back a bit, that's okay. Everybody's at different levels. Like I said, this is beginner strength building. Plank step back is coming up. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's step it back, back, forward. 1, back, back, forward. 2, back, back, forward. 3, back, back, forward, back, back, forward. 5, back, back. 6, back, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. So you just get in that little bit of a rhythm. There's a lot of kind of moving parts. If you were doing that down on the floor, you would just be down lower in the squat. Same thing, though. Step your foot back as your hand moves down, back, back, forward, forward. Okay. Last, but definitely not least, seated knee tuck. So you're going to find your chair. You could do this on the floor too, but I do like to have that below parallel for my heels to reach down towards the floor. Let's go. Knees up to your chest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Brad's here. Good to see you, Brad. So, these are nice movements that don't take a lot of room, really. You could do them on your desktop. But sometimes it's that format, just setting a timer for 10 minutes. This could be your little break in between. All right, 10 seconds, we're going back to that standing hinge. Think about your glutes, your hamstrings supporting your low back. Feet shoulder width apart. So go ahead, reach down, pull it back up. 10, 9, 8, inhale, and exhale on that up effort. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Might have done an extra one there. Nice job, keeping your back nice and flat. 30 seconds to rest. You can keep moving around. You could, if you did 20 standing hinges in that minute, or like at the bell, you made it 20 instead of 10, you'd be getting pretty close to that, like ending right now with 15 seconds left. Just another way to increase your pace a little bit, but otherwise keep it at 10. If 10 feels like too much, you can drop it back. All right, let's squat row. As your knees bend, you're reaching out front, and as you come up, pull your elbows back behind your back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, inhale, 5, exhale on that effort up, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. So when I squat, I like to think about I'm driving up from my heels. That helps use these big supportive muscles on your backside and your hamstrings. Okay. Plank step backs. So bringing your shoulders, bringing your core muscles into it a little bit more. On your desk, on your chair, on the floor, wherever you're at, go ahead, step it back, back, forward, 1, back, back, forward, 2, back, back, forward, 3. You can slow it down, back, back, forward, 4, back, back, forward, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Yeah, that's a nice way to just get used to that transition from a standing position to bringing your upper body into play, thinking about your core, supporting, being engaged. Connect to the movements, right? Last one is a seated knee tuck. And then we'll be at our halfway point for this round. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice job. And keep moving it around. Something that blocks a lot of us from progress is our ability to recover, right? When we push ourselves a little bit and we're not used to it, your body, screams at you to stop. So focus on these recovery periods, right? You're putting out a little bit of effort. In the break time, take a breath, and then get ready to apply a little bit of effort. That's the halfway done with these movements. Let's go ahead and hinge one more time. Nice flat back, reaching down towards the floor. Pull it back up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. If you were holding on to a dumbbell or 2 dumbbells, just keeping it close to your body and really making sure that your back's staying flat. You're not rounding over, your shoulders aren't hanging. Tucked underneath, your chest is kind of out and forward, right? Squat row. I like this movement. It has kind of a nice natural feel to it. So arms are going out in front as we squat down and pull yourself back up to standing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. As your hips kind of open up a little bit, you feel a little looser in that squat, try and drop your seat down a little bit lower, closer to your heels. If your heels are coming up off the ground, really try and connect your heels to the floor. So maybe don't go down quite as far and then drive from your heels. Always trying to improve that range of motion. Plank, step back. I'm going to drop down to the floor for this one just to show you how it's done. So just the same movement, just a little lower. Back, back, forward, 10, back, back, forward, 9, back, back, forward, 8, back, back, forward, 7, back, back, forward, 6, back, back, forward, 5, back, back, forward, 4, back, back, forward, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. This is our third set. Coming to the seated knee tuck, we're going to do one more round of each of these and then change up the movements. We're going to keep the same every minute on the minute, a bit slower pace, lower reps. 10 knee tucks, lean back. My chest comes towards my knees as my knees come towards my chest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. That puts a little bit of pressure on your lower back as well as your hip flexors, things that can be kind of chronically weak or under strength because we spend a lot of time sitting, so we can slouch back, low back muscles are not engaged, hip flexors are shortened, so strengthening those, contracting those knees towards your chest will help. All right, last round with these exercises, starting with that standing hinge. Feet are shoulder width apart, reach it down towards the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7. You'd have your hands by your ears if you wanted to add a little bit of weight without grabbing a dumbbell. That does change kind of your positioning though. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Strengthening that core and lower back over time. But I have 4 moves, 3 rounds each. I guess I need 1 more minute set. We're coming up on a minute here. So you got squat rows coming, ready? 10 seconds. We might have gotten a little less of a break there, but I think we're okay. So reaching both arms out front as you bend your knees. And then pull your hands towards your chest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was 4. That was 3, wasn't it? Okay, we did. We're doing our 4th set. Confusing myself. Sorry. All this counting. It's a struggle for me. 15 seconds. We got 2 more exercises. Now we're going to change it up. Yeah, we did do 12 minutes. Sorry about that. Just one more chance to get a little more familiar with the movements. Plank, step back. Ready? Back, back, forward. 1, back, back, forward. 2, back, back, forward. 3, back, back, forward. 4, back, back, forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. This is our bonus round, doing our 4th set, but I do think these 4 do a good job of kind of getting your whole body into, activity, just moving. And we're going to do the same thing, but with different exercises coming up here. Ready? Last set of knee tucks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right. Go ahead and take a little bit of a breather. You keep moving around, keep warm. I'll just demonstrate the next 4 movements real quick. Still going to keep my chair or counter or desk, whatever it is nearby. So I'm gonna have my left hand on the chair. I'm gonna take a medium-sized step backwards. So I'm reaching a little bit forward. And we're gonna keep this split squat position, and we'll do 10, just to keep the number the same, 10 reps of a split squat. So my goal is I can keep my free hand on my chest to keep my chest and shoulders up. From here, I'm gonna bend both my knees, try to reach that back knee down towards the floor, okay? If that feels challenging, just go, as deep as you can, keeping your chest and shoulders up, but thinking about squeezing your feet together as you drive up, okay? So that's the first movement, first minute. We'll switch sides. That same hand that's close to the chair, that foot steps back. And it's not a huge, big step back. You can do that, but this feels a bit more functional, and you can kind of play with the range of motion a little bit more, okay? But my hand is there to support as well. So trying to build those kind of individual leg strengths. Third movement. This one we are gonna step out wide, wider than shoulder width. Hands are gonna be in front. They can be on your chair or desk or whatever you're next to. Think about squeezing your glutes forward at the top of the movement. From here, we're gonna bend both knees, getting into a little bit of like inner thigh with a sumo squat. So you're sinking down, and that same thing. You're pressing your weight back up to the center. Okay, rep that out. And then last, you can use your chair, desk, whatever you have. We're gonna hold this plank position, and we're gonna open up, stabilizing with this one shoulder. Think about turning your elbow forward, up, 1, 2, 3. And you could definitely do that on the floor as well. All right, let's start our timer. We're gonna do 3 rounds of all of these exercises. So we can keep moving here. If my timer will start. All right, so find your support or not if you're not using the support. We have step back with that same side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We got our 10 reps. Think about that movement, right? What is the best way for you to comfortably bend your back knee towards that front heel? Like, where are you squeezing as you go through that movement? That front foot is going to be working, the front leg is going to be working a bit harder, just the nature of how we're leaning. But you can also think about that hip flexor stretching on the back knee. All right, other side, 10 lunges. Sorry, split squats. Lunge and split squat, they're kind of the same. The lunge is usually when we're actually stepping out. When your feet are in this fixed position, I call it a split squat. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. One side and the other. Next move is that sumo squat. If you don't have the assist, make sure you're keeping your chest and shoulders up. My hands on the chair kind of helps me remember. So wider than shoulder width apart for your feet. Toes are turned out, heels are kind of turned in, and wherever your range of motion is, find that. I can get right about to level with my knees and hips, and then squeeze up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. And moving down to the plank. So whether you are on your support surface, chair, desk, make sure it's stable underneath you when you're putting your hands up there. 10 seconds. So plank, good plank position. I'm trying to get my hands close to underneath my shoulders. And we're going to rotate torso, looking up at that hand, reaching towards the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Nice job. So that's one time through. We'll do 2 more. Going back to the split squat, supported. So I wanted to do this because Monday I pushed myself pretty hard. And then yesterday as well, kind of in the fitness center. And I was feeling pretty sore, pretty tired. Let's go ahead and find that step back position. Round 2, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Get ready to switch that. So I was feeling pretty physically exhausted at Wednesday already. So I thought this would be a good way to reconnect everything, not necessarily push the pace, but get my sore muscles moving. And I'm enjoying it. I'm having I broke a little bit of a sweat, but slowing things down helps me kind of reconnect with those moves, right? Step back with the other leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. And I also wanted to kind of share the format. You could apply, any exercise you wanted to. You could increase your reps, like start with 10 and then do 15 or whatever. The second minute, 20 to the third minute, so your pace is gradually getting a little bit faster. The stress is getting more. Sumo squats coming up, 5 seconds. This one feels like a nice stretch. Body weight for me, dropping it down, squeeze up to the top. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A lot you can do with a chair, Brad. Definitely. Who knew it was so versatile? Nice job on the sumo squats. Yeah, those feel like a nice stretch, inner thighs, and it's a good way to connect with their backside, squeezing your glutes up. All right, find that plank airplane. So planks are all about stability. So make sure you have a stable surface underneath you, and then think about the movement of the airplane looking up at the ceiling. We're trying to take the momentum out of it And just think about the actual movement. And I'm not even counting, but I think we're at 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. One round left. And then we can always stay moving too. I was just talking to some members the other day that were just asking how to get stronger, but starting from a place that they haven't been coming to these higher intensity classes, and just kind of reconnect. Last set, lunges. So step it back, chest and shoulders up, and 10. Reach that back knee towards the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5. Slow it down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Woo. Yeah. I mean, you can definitely add weight to these things, increase the difficulty, but sometimes stripping away a little bit can help you connect with the moves too. Chest and shoulders up, get ready. Second side, split squat. You might have to adjust where your feet are. Find that right position where you can bend both knees. Feel like you're getting support from both. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. That's what's confusing me, is the timer and the counting. Usually I'm either just doing counting like we did on Monday with those ascending reps, or just doing the clock. Doing both is throwing me off. Sumo squat. I do like having the timer though, it kind of keeps you on track. Nice wide stance. Drop those hips and squeeze it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. And if it feels like you could lift a lot of weight with that, you probably could. You could probably do a very high number of those. And so now that we have the lower numbers and you kind of felt that range of motion, felt some strength there, then you can add to it and find those limits that we can expand a little bit, right? That's all exercise is. It's testing limits, plank airplane, good supported plank position, stabilize, open it up, right? I'm supporting all through my core, into my shoulder, reach it up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. So that should be the last round. Good job. Okay, we're going to do one more set of exercises. We're going to move down to the ground. Quite a bit more but still just, let's see, let's think about loosening your wrists and your forearms up just a little bit. We'll be doing some plank stuff. Actually, you will still need your chair or desk or surface. We'll do some dips and a little bit of plank work. Nice job. So we're gonna have one more round of that same format, every minute on the minute, 4 movements, and should take about 12 minutes. Like I said, if you wanted to increase the intensity, you could a little bit, just add some reps, and hopefully you're doing okay with this workout format. And like I said, I needed to step back just a little bit today. So, but this feels nice. So I'm gonna take a seat in my chair. I'm gonna find the edge right where my hips are just past the edge of the chair. You can bend your knees. We're gonna drop your hips down towards the floor, bend your elbows, squeeze it up at the top for 10, 9, right? Counting down like that. Just plain old dips. Finding your mat underneath you. So, like I said, we're going to be on your hands, on your wrists, just a little bit. So this beast plank position is interesting. Again, trying to keep your back nice and flat. Your toes are tucked under, your knees are just a couple inches off the floor. From here, all I want you to do is you're going to lift your right hand as your left hip sits down towards the floor. It's a lot like that airplane plank that we did, but there's just a little bit more activity, a little bit more challenge to your lower body. So you're going to turn to one side, back to flat back, turn to the other. Your feet don't have to move. If you wanted to make it a little bit more difficult, you could kick through with that one foot, kick through the other way. But your feet definitely don't have to move. You're definitely challenging your shoulder range of motion here and just supporting that stability. All right, and then we're going to flip it over. I like reverse crunches. They're probably one of my favorite movements. I really like that. Connecting rib cage to your hips. So we're going to do bent knee, heel to floor, and then reverse crunch, knees to chest again. Heel to floor. Okay. Good job. What's our last move going to be? Changed it in my mind, and now I don't want to go back. Okay. So again, we're going to do shoulders, biceps, triceps, just a little bit. So I'm going to find this wider than shoulder width placement with my hands. Fingers are going to be turned out to the side, and all I'm going to do is straighten one arm, bend the other, straighten. And you can definitely do this standing on a tabletop or whatever. I don't have anything wide enough right here, so I'm going to be on my knees, hands out wide, you're going one side and the other. So you're thinking about squeezing your hands together through the floor, really working on that chest engagement, but then your biceps and triceps are kind of contributing to that side-to-side movement. All right? So, sorry, that was a long demonstration. Starting with dips, and you can increase the reps if you wanted to make it a little more difficult. Otherwise, 10 nice slow controlled dips. Lower your hips down towards the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. You could really fly through those dips and kind of get into that bouncing rhythm. Try and slow it down, right? If 10 slow reps isn't challenging, do 12, do 15. But find that slower pace on this workout. All right, we're doing those half sit-throughs. So find that knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Tuck those toes, lift your knees. I'm going to lift my left hand as my right hip moves down towards the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. So try to make those hand-to-hand transitions as smooth as possible. Bring your breathing into play as exhaling on that turn. And then inhale and tuck back under. All right, knee tucks, reverse crunch. So heels down to the floor, knees to chest. 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm rocking back towards my shoulders. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. If you want to increase that difficulty, you could reach legs straight, then pull your knees in and roll it up. Just make sure you're not letting the momentum take over, okay? You want to decrease the difficulty. You can do 1 foot at a time. That brings it into your glutes, hamstrings just a little bit more. All right, last one is that side-to-side wide stance push-up. So I'm bending my right arm, left arm straightens, and reverse. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Good plank position. 3, 2, 1. So there's a bit of triceps on that straightening, right? Lots of shoulder activity, trying to keep chest nice and stable. Yeah, not a bad movement. You can, again, make it harder, more difficult by coming up to your toes. Just make sure that you can protect your shoulders adequately, squeezing those hands together. All right, dips, round 2. And 5, halfway. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thanks for sticking it out with me. We're almost there. We got 1 round remaining. We just started our second. We're going through 3. So, beast plank, sit through, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, tuck those toes, turn. 10, and back under, nice and smooth. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. So about 30 seconds. The next round, I'll kick through. We can see how that's done if you wanted to add to that. Otherwise, if you feel like just finding those nice smooth hip transitions, I guess, you can stick with those. All right, reverse crunch. I actually like the heels down, knees come in your chest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, hands out to the side, stabilizing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm not like raising my low back up and smashing it back down as I crunch together. I'm keeping my low back pressed to the mat the whole time as I'm lowering my heels down. And even as I'm pulling my knees up, my low back probably rolls up a little bit, but it's still in that kind of, banana position. All right, side to side push up, archer push up, wider than shoulders with your hands. You're gonna bend and straighten. If you can get all the way down to the floor, nice job. That's pretty difficult. If you're going about halfway, good job. Just make sure moving to one side and the other. I wasn't counting again. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. One more round. Last round of dips. And as you have seen, you can definitely add just a few reps and increase the challenge of this workout a lot. Ready? Down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All done with those. Shake your arms out. This last round is a lot on your shoulders. But that's a good thing to know too, that you can work your shoulders without having dumbbells or anything. It's a lot of pushing, style movements, support from the front, but hands on your shoulders, knees on your hips, tuck your toes, lift it up, nice flat back. Let's go ahead and turn and back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do an extra one. Yeah, that actually reaching my foot out created a little bit more momentum for pulling it under to come back to that center position. So it's almost easier. All right, reverse crunches. Final set. 90 degrees, heels down, knees to chest, roll it back out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. Nice job. All right. Final exercise here. So that side to side push up. Again, if you're doing short ranges of motion, like just little bends of your elbows, that's all right. But just try and find just that point where you feel like you probably shouldn't go any lower. Okay? Side to side. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Still managed to break sweat. 50 minutes. Thanks for sticking around, Brad. Good job. Thank you for tuning in. We are planning on starting live classes coming up. So definitely check out rvymca.org for our changes to our schedule. Nice job, everybody. Way to bring those numbers down. And thanks for coming here to work out with me. We will increase. That was your last minute finishing. Good job. We will increase the intensity again here on Friday. So come on back if you want to finish the week off right. Otherwise, thank you so much. And we will see you next time.